Bitten by a radioactive spider, student Peter Parker gained the proportionate strength and agility of an arachnid. Armed with his wondrous web shooters, the reluctant superhero struggles with sinister supervillains, making ends meet and maintain some semblance of a normal life. Stan Lee presents The Amazing Spider-Man. Without great power. Imagine flossing with razor wire, removing contact lenses with a power drill, swan diving into a pool of sewing needles, naked. Then imagine what it's like to be the amazing Spider-Man at this particular moment in time. If you want to know what real pain is like.
Such contortions, every muscle straining to its limit. How long can he endure such agony?
Oh, about this long.
Switch it off! Dr. Turner, switch off the machine. Whew! Quite a ringer. Now to see if it worked. Hands, feet, no adhesion at all. And though this machine only weighs a couple of tons, I can't let it an inch. One more test. Doc, I'm going to turn my back. Then I want you to throw something at me. Something small. Okay. Not even a twitch from my early warning spider sense. You did it, Doc. You took away my spider powers. I don't know how to thank you.
Don't try. Believe me, the pleasure was mine.
Lord, did I actually go through with that? I have to keep telling myself it's the best thing. For Aunt May. With her fiancé dead, all she has is her nephew, Peter Parker. Me! If I were killed in the line of duty, she'd be devastated, crushed, alone. Mary Jane, my wife, knows the danger I face as Spider-Man. It's not easy to live with, but it's her choice. Aunt May hasn't had that option. So when I was almost killed by the femme fatales, and then learned that Doc Turner's blood analysis device had the unexpected side effect of removing my powers, I made a decision. I've given the world enough years. I'm giving the rest to Aunt May. Youk! Started to web swing. Out of habit. Her own... forgot that without my spider strength to pull me along, I'm just like any other guy. Hanging from a... flagpole? Whew. This being normal is going to take some getting used to. Better use the emergency quarter I carry. Call MJ. Have her bring me a change of clothes. Pant, and maybe a couple of bus tokens?
While back at Dr. Turner's lab suite.
Wonderful. This becomes more intriguing by the moment. Oh, Charlene?
Yes, sir?
Bring me a snack, would you? Some grapes, perhaps.
Sure, sweetie.
That machine I commissioned from the Tinkerer was only supposed to keep Spider-Man suspended, helpless, long enough to be dealt with. But its peripheral effects pose a wealth of amusing possibilities.
Moments later, on the Hudson River.
Eh? It's too early for the report from Delvadia. But who else would know this frequency?
This is Gullivar South. Let me speak to Luis Alvarez. Now.
Por favor, Señor South. Let us not stand on formalities. You may call me La Tarantula. And I must say, I am impressed. I thought my return to this country to be without notice.
I know lots of things, Alvarez. For one, I know you hate Spider-Man for ending your retribution against Delvadian refugees seeking asylum in New York. For another, I know that Spider-Man's lost his powers, that he'd be a pushover if you were in the mood for revenge.
But how do you come by such knowledge?
Like I said, Lou, I know lots of things.
What do we do now, Jefe?
We regain the honor our country lost when I was deported. And we set an example, with the death of the meddler who caused that humiliation.
Here are your grapes, sweetie. Imported this morning, straight from...
Idiot. How many times do I have to tell you? Peel them first.
While in Soho, Mary Jane and Peter Parker finish a long walk with a long talk.
Feels so strange. I'm used to my powers being there, even when I'm not using them. Now just hoofing around like a regular guy, I get tired more quickly. My reactions are dull. I don't have that extra energy I used to have.
That's because you've become such a homebody, pal. Something me and Felicia are about to cure. We're kidnapping you, taking you to Central Park for a picnic.
My idea.
Flash Thompson! Gee,
That's real nice, folks, but I have a script to read and.
Can't you read later, MJ? I'd love to go on a picnic.
Huh?
I just have to make a phone call first. Come on in, guys.
Huh?
Maybe you can find something in the fridge to add to the feast.
Peter? Can we talk? Okay, what's wrong? We've been avoiding Flash and Felicia for weeks. We both know she's the Black Cat, that she's been romancing your best friend just so she can break his heart, to pay you back for marrying me. But we can't do anything about it without Flash finding out that you're Spider-Man.
That's just the point, hun. I'm not Spider-Man. Not anymore. And Licia always was more enamored with my costumed persona than with plain old Peter Parker. Maybe now that I'm not such a catch, she'll decide to leave Flash alone. Besides, I'm normal now. It's time I started living a normal life, doing normal things, like spending time with family and friends. Help with the food while I call Aunt May?
Hello? Oh, hello, Peter. What? No, dear, I'm afraid I'm not up to a picnic this afternoon. I am not becoming a hermit. It's just that I haven't felt much like getting out since Nathan. I'm sorry, dear. I have to go. Someone's at the door. Of course. I'll visit this Saturday, if I'm up to it. Goodbye. Yes?
Postage due letter, ma'am, from Florida.
Oh, that Anna Watson. Always forgetting the stamp. I'm afraid I don't have any change, Mr.
Lumpkin, ma'am. My friends call me Willie. I'm the new letter carrier on this route, and I'll be happy to pick up that postage tomorrow, in fact. I look forward to it. Good day now.
My, what a nice young man.
See, that is correct. The proceeds from this celebration will go to convert one of these buildings into a sanctuary for Delvadian refugees. For desperate citizens fleeing the barbaric democracy of our homeland.
3 shots for $1. Ready, aim, E!
Bueno, there he is, Padre Lopez.
Get those bystanders to cover, Mike. I'll call for backup.
No, you will not. Do not mourn, Padre, this time. The venom on my boot spikes was meant only to steal consciousness. I saved the killing formula for the puerco you will bring to me. Spider-Man.
Nice grab, Pete. I'm impressed. You never were much of an athlete back in high school.
Things change, champ. Guess all those years as Spider-Man helped hone my non-super abilities.
Here come the menfolk, back from the war.
Conquer any nice flying disc, guys?
Lots. And now I got the hungries for ice cream. You two want some?
Not me, sweetheart.
Is it me, or does Felicia seem a lot less, well, catty?
Maybe she's just having a good time. I know I am. This has been great. I mean, Harry Osborn is a terrific friend. But I've missed having a pal. Someone to buddy around with. I guess I've missed Flash.
Sorry, no mouse flavor. You're such a joker. Hope you like what I picked out, though.
What's this?
Surprise, it's for you.
But Flash, you can't afford this on what you make.
So I have to do without that new pair of O'Air Jordans. You're special to me, babe. Hey guys, look what...
Shh. Unharmed, so far. But the tarantula says that he will only release Father Lopez when Spider-Man takes his place.
I have to.
I know.
Hey, what was that all about?
Peter has obligations. He's a news photographer, you know. Has to get his camera and do what he can.
We'd better go too. Spidey's my friend. He might need help.
I'm okay, calm, rational. I'll just gather these things up, stay in control, and the bloody blazed with it.
At the warehouse where they're holding the priest?
Uh-huh. Question is, Where's Spider-Man?
No, the question is, where's Peter?
Had to go back to Soho, get my costume. Didn't think I'd be wearing it again. Guess there's a last time for everything. But I can't let Father Lopez die. Not because of me. Not while there's a chance I can do something to prevent it. I just hope, if this goes wrong, Aunt May will understand. I also hope I remember how to smash through a glass wall without ripping myself to pieces. Eef! My, that was graceful.
You dare toy with me? Pretend to be drunk? Buffon! It is I who will savor intoxication when I drink the heady wine of my victory.
Yeah! I need a drink of Alka-Seltzer after that speech. Gotta can the wisecracks. Don't have the hyper reactions anymore. Only reason Tarantula missed is because he's so ticked.
One of my boot spikes is tipped with knockout serum, the other with deadly poison. Shall we determine, mi amigo, which is which?
Spider-Man's crashed the warehouse men. Get ready to storm the building on my command. If they go in shooting, they might hurt Spidey. I gotta warn him.
Flash, don't! It's too dangerous. Felicia, talk some sense into him. Felicia? Peter? Flash? Even Felicia? How many am I going to lose?
Still have my webbing. If I snag that crate, maybe I can pull it over on... Yow! Too heavy! Without my spider strength, all I did was pull myself off balance. And, fortuitously, out of the path of Tarantula's lunge.
Boxes spilling confetti for the carnival. Filling the air. I can't see.
Tough luck, Cisco. Ow!
Police were watching for people sneaking out of this place, not into it. And that guard was just plain careless. Gotta move, find some way to help Spidey. Haven't held a gun since ROTC training, but I think I can remember which end to point.
And speaking of points,
I had expected a more formidable defense. Your clumsy efforts are throwing off my aim.
Sorry! Huff. Maybe I should try throwing something. A bit more solid. Ouch! Swell. All tagging his foot did was get him real close. And real mad.
You've nowhere to run, Arana Diabolico. Now taste the deadly sting of shooting. But who?
Out the back way, Your Highness. I'll keep him pinned down.
Spider-Man! No time to go after him. Vampire will bring the policía. But someone must pay.
Go on, I'm right behind you.
Chloral hydrate will render you helpless, meddling fool. You'll hardly even feel the killing stroke. Yeah! What?
Nice teamwork, Cat. Thanks, but why?
Well, I can't break a guy's heart if he's dead, can I?
How thoughtful. But we'd better get out of here. Sounds like the cavalry's on its way.
What about Flash?
Paramedics will help him more than we can.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
he is!
I just heard Tarantula slipped away. Darn it!
Jerk back hit me. No fair.
Easy, Ace. You done good.
Sorry I'm late. How is he?
Peter.
Hope you got some good picks, Pete.
Not so tight, hun. I'm not as strong as I used to be.
From what I hear, you may have a scoop. Sounds like old Spidey wasn't quite himself in there.
Uh-oh.
According to my operative at the scene, Tarantula's gambit failed. No matter. It was an amusing episode. Now, what curve can I throw our powerless friend next? Ah, perfect.
I should have done more, blast it! More!
Don't be so hard on yourself, darling. After all, you're not Spider-Man anymore.
I know, Mary Jane, but just because I gave up my spider powers, that doesn't make it any easier to turn my back when people need help. Strange movie. Though I did like the bit where—
Don't, please!
Oof. What'll it be, Pops? Your money or your wife?
Stay here! I've got to—
No! Without your powers.
Maybe I don't need them. All that web swinging's honed my reflexes, my speed. With a little luck.
Peter, they have a gun. You'll be killed. You will.
I know, but I can't just stand here.
Door alarm.
Come on, I got the loot.
Some hero broke a lousy window.
You did what you could. All you could, Peter. You had Dr. Turner take away for a reason. You were concerned about Aunt May. She's already lost 2 loved ones. And if you were killed as Spider-Man, she'd be devastated. You did what you thought was right.
I know. But after all those years of doing, just being a bystander is going to take some adjustment. Besides, now we've got a shop window to pay for. Think I'll go up to the roof, get a little air.
Oh, Peter, so worried about May's loss. Please don't lose yourself.
While at the Midtown laboratory of the aforementioned Dr. Turner.
Looks good, Doc. But does it burn?
Beautiful. This tail's as good as the one Rhino took from me. Where'd you get it?
The man who commissioned its design, Justin Hammer, is a businessman. He was willing to part with it for a profit, and I also expect an adequate return. That tail, Scorpion, will serve as your payment for seeking out and destroying Spider-Man.
You've got a deal, Doc, and I've got a plan. One that just might net me 2 birds with 1 sting.
Scorpion is effective, but unstable. Precautions should be taken. Gather your belongings, my lovelies. It's time to move on.
Soho, where Peter Parker watches the night, unaware for the first time in years that the night watches back.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Huh?
Now I know something's wrong. You'd never let the Black Cat get this close before.
Felicia!
How come your spider sense didn't warn you?
I was lost in thought.
Right, like you were thinking when the tarantula almost killed you yesterday.
I was just toying with him, playing around.
Like a worm plays with a fish hook? You'll have to do better than that to—
All right, I don't have my spider powers anymore.
I knew it!
Happy? Now you can get out of Flash's life. You want to break his heart to get back at Spider-Man, but Spider-Man doesn't exist anymore. So leave Flash alone!
Listen, Buster. What goes on between Flash Thompson and me is my business. Butt out. Oh, look, I'm sorry I blew up. You and I were close once. Real close. But you changed. And I had trouble dealing with that. And with your relationship with that redhead.
A little coffee, a little companionship. Show him he's not… Felicia?
I thought Flash was just a dumb jock, but I know better now. He's got a heart. A good one. And in the right place.
Felicia?
I'm still angry, but now I don't know if hurting you would be worth hurting him.
Can't make out what they're saying. I guess it's none of my business.
I trust Peter implicitly, but knowing there are still parts of his life he can't share with me, well, that hurts. A lot.
But pain comes in many forms. Blessing Hospital, a private facility. Midtown.
Doctor, she's so young.
Disease isn't like wisdom, nurse. You don't spend years to buy it, though it steals what years it can. If…
Heart monitor.
Get the life card, now. I'll signal a code blue. Vital signs too weak. They'll never get here in time. Have to do this, myself. Extreme arrhythmia must have triggered pulse sensors. She's stable now.
It's a miracle.
Sometimes, Nurse Collins, miracles have to be made.
Talk about flashbacks. When I first invented my spider tracers, they needed a receiver. I modified them to work with my spider sense later. But since I no longer have that spider sense, maybe the receiver method can serve another purpose. Now I can patent the technology, make some bucks from… Hello? Aunt May. Gosh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was so late. I'll be right there. Don't get me wrong, Aunt May. I'm delighted that you invited me for lunch. But there was something, well, conspiratorial in your voice.
I admit it, Peter. I really wanted you here to ask you advice. Our new mailman, a nice young fellow named Mr. Lumpkin, asked me to go to a band concert in the park tonight. It hasn't been that long since Nathan passed on, and I didn't know if it would be proper to accept.
Nathan was your fiancé, Aunt May, and he had his faults, but he wouldn't want you to mourn forever. My advice is for it. And as for what I think of the situation, pretty lady, you'll always be my girl.
Oh, Peter. Thank you, dear.
Later. The publishing headquarters of Jameson's News Digest.
It's going to be tougher than I thought. Making a living without spider powers to help me get exciting news photos. Maybe Jonah's got an assignment I can handle as plain old Pete Parker. At least now I won't have to worry about running into costumed maniacs.
I wanted to butcher you for years, Jameson. But maybe,
Jonah?
just maybe, I'll change my mind if Spider-Man agrees to take your place.
Again? Heading for the roof up the elevator shaft. I don't get it. That's twice in 2 days someone's taken a hostage to get to me. At least this time I can do the smart thing and let someone else handle it. The Avengers should have no trouble.
Away on Avengers priority. Your call is being transferred to the nearest police.
Nuts! Maybe the Fantastic Four. They'll be happy to.
Unavailable at this time. Please dial 911 for...
Blast. No choice. I really hate doing this, but I can't think of anything else. Hello, Flash? Can I speak to Felicia?
Moments pass as the Scorpion makes his position painfully clear.
Go ahead, open fire. You might hit Jameson by mistake. I can find another way to get Spider-Man. And besides, I could use the laughs.
While below, in a deserted snack room, Peter Parker watches hot coffee grow cold until...
I'll have cream, 2 sugars, and a thank you as big as Dom DeLuise after Thanksgiving dinner.
Thanks, Leisha. I really appreciate your picking up my costume. But you don't have to stay. I mean...
Shut up and get your clothes off.
Looks like the bug guys are no show, Jameson. Ain't that a shame?
Sorry, Scorpion. It's a bit more complicated than that.
Spider-Man! And hey, Turner didn't say anything about a babe. No matter. I'll split her skull later.
Turner? That cinches it! This is no coincidence! Not that I'll live long enough to... Cat! Taking Scorpion! Never thought we'd be partners again, but that leaves me to save Jonah's... Sheesh. You ever consider Slim Fast?
Keep your insults to yourself, wall crawler. You're probably in cahoots with that maniac.
That tears it. Get out of here, Jameson. Go on, before I realize how stupid I've been to save your mangy hide all these... Scorpion must have maced the cat. Sneaked in close. If I hadn't seen his shadow, angled myself away, I'd be a spider kebab.
He's right. I should leave, but this is news. I'll leave, just as soon as I have enough for an eyewitness account.
Friction burn, tearing up my side, but I've a feeling that's the least of my problems. Jeez. Mary Jane and May. Black Cat? Oh no! Impact dislodged my fingers! Well, my fall with the only thing I have. Webbing!
If you'll excuse my being literal, that's one down, and you to go.
Bringing down the whole building! But maybe the element of surprise, combined with a couple of fresh webbing cartridges, can bring him down. Or not.
Don't get ideas, Spider. This hug isn't personal. You're Flash's friend. That's why I'm keeping you alive. Make that trying to keep you alive.
Hey, this is our roof?
It's okay. We can find another.
I'm outclassed. Totally. but I can't let Cat face this alone. Have to do something. I got his tail. Why have I got his tail? Felt something crack.
Leave him alone.
Eep.
Stingless wonder.
Pool water. Hit the exposed wiring. Shorted out my new tail. I'll remember you, sweet stuff.
Can't fight him, no way. But I can find him.
Thanks to a modified spider tracer.
Fine. We're alive. Now can you tell me what that was all about?
I don't know, but I think I can find out.
Thus, a short roof hop later.
Blast! Should have figured. He's cleared out. Lock, stock, and explanation.
You sure this is where that machine took your powers away?
Yep. What I'm not sure is what was really beyond it all. Though I'm getting a pretty good idea about who was.
That does it, Spider. Starting tomorrow, you go on a diet. Even with my nifty grapple line, this kitty's getting tired. How about we sneak a catnap on that roof?
Well, just for a minute. The sooner this receiver leads us to my spider tracer, the sooner we catch up to Dr. Turner. Besides, is it my fault you have to lug me around the city like a sack of old laundry?
Now that you mention it, yes. Lemonade. Gee, how domestic.
Pull in the claws, Felicia! Mary Jane's doing pretty well, considering you just dragged her husband in with more cuts than a Friday the 13th victim. This is serious. I thought I did the right thing when I had Doc Turner take away my spider powers. Figured I'd save Aunt May from a broken heart if I ever got killed fighting some costumed lunatic. But ever since I've been drawn into battle, into fights that are somehow linked to Dr. Turner. Fortunately, during the last one, I tagged Scorpion with a modified spider tracer, so I'll be able to track him electronically by... Anyone home?
Oh no! We invited the Osborns and Flash Thompson for dinner. I forgot all about it.
I can't let Flash see me like this.
Grab some jeans from my closet, Felicia. Peter?
I'll change in the bathroom. Of course we don't mind Chinese takeout, Mary Jane.
We practically live on the stuff.
Thanks, Harry. Liz. I knew you'd understand.
But where's Felicia?
Right here, champ. Couldn't find the jeans, MJ. Hope you don't mind.
I sure don't. You look sharp as a Tyson jab, babe. Not jealous, are you?
Jealous? She's glamorous, she's your ex-lover, and she's just shown me up at my own party. Why would I possibly be jealous?
Now, sweetheart.
I know. I'm quite a catch myself. I can handle it. Funny though, Leisha started out using Flash to get back at you, but now it seems she really cares for him.
I'm glad. That's the only reason she agreed to help me. And I'm going to need that help. To survive. Once more around the Bronx, then we'll...
Blast you, Felicia. And thank you.
Hold it. I'm getting something. Over at the Botanical Gardens.
That apparatus doesn't look horticultural to me, is it?
None other. It's the machine that stole my powers. And right next to it, Dr. Turner himself.
To say nothing of Scorpion, Tarantula, and the Femme Fatales. Listen.
Since we work together towards a common goal, perhaps it's time to lay all our cards on the table. I shall deal first.
That mosaic stealth button! I knew it! It's him!
The Chameleon!
This device I got from the Tinkerer was supposed to immobilize Spider-Man, so he could be killed. But when I found that it suppressed his powers, I decided to toy with him a while. I set up confrontations, knowing the whiny do-gooder could never turn his back on someone in need.
Suppressed? They're not gone?
Now, we must find Spider-Man once more, and end the game.
Chammy's slime. But he's right. I can't give up Spider-Man. The powers, the costume, even the name, yes. But Spider-Man is more than that. He's Peter Parker, and what Peter Parker is inside. And that won't go away. Bottom line, if I don't restore my powers, sooner or later, I'll die doing what I have to do. But against that mob down there...
You just play the machine, partner. I'll work the audience. Heads up, Baldy. Black cat's on the prowl.
Keep him busy, Cat. Buy time for this machine to do what I want it to. What it has to do.
I anticipated something like this, madam. As a result, my hideout is equipped with certain custom features.
Plants? Moving? Artificial constructs holding me tight.
Whiplash. Bloodlust. Finish it.
Gotcha. Her you got. Me you don't. And as for you, Wolverette, check out these claws. Rag. Scorpion's big time. But maybe if I attack from behind. Yowp! Tail's too strong, pulling me off my feet.
Come on, boy genius. You're supposed to be a science whiz. Figure this thing out. Stop worrying that some psycho might rip your spine out at any second.
You dodge well, señorita. But a single scratch, a mere taste of the chemicals on my boot spikes, will render you unconscious. And then, Heachka, yak.
Bug off. Insect spray put him under. Now to... flying into the air?
Thanks to Mind Blast Tractor Beam. And they call me Knockout, darling. Here's why.
Say, have you gals met Tarantula?
Ooh.
Tula Boots' spikes worked fast, but these ladies fell right on top of it. Got to pull free before...
Still don't grasp the principle behind this device, but I think I understand the controls. At least, well enough to reverse its causative energy flux. If not, I hope she'll forgive me.
Pain. Like before, he remembers. Every nerve screaming, as if rudely tanked to the surface, bathed in acid, drawn through salt. It is the only sensation he knows, the only awareness he has, until an odd, familiar tingling intrudes.
Spider sense! That means I'm... Spider sense? Whoop! Cat!
At least, they didn't break my nose. Go, get him, Spider.
Count on it, lady! Spider-Man's back! Hey! Those trees are an endangered species! An ecology-minded Spider-Man, it's my duty to discourage such mindless destruction! Just wish the rainforest was as easy to fix.
Bloodlust only has claws, Warcrawler. I've got lashes.
Heavens to Maybelline! So you do! Though if you ask me, I could use a friend. Stuck tight?
Uh-huh.
Can't move?
Uh-huh.
This is for Cat. Bless you, Spider-Sense. It's great to have you back.
So you can dodge my tail blasts. Big deal. Now you're close enough for my stinger to do the trick.
Stinker? You've turned into Skunk Man? Oh, Stinger! My, that does look sharp. Bet it'll stick into anything, huh?
Hey, get off. You're messing up my aim. Blast. Can't get loose.
Allow me. If I calculate right, Scorpy should land right about here. I'll just catch him when he... Hold it! I almost forgot! The chameleon!
I'll get him, Spider. You mop up.
Right! Wait a minute! What happened to Felicia's wounds?
Spider?
The chameleon! He did it again! I could go after him, but those sirens are closing fast. And there's no way the Black Cat's getting out of here on her own. Come on, let's leave the easy finishing steps to the cavalry. Just one thing before I go. No one's gonna use that thing on me again.
Moments later, after the cavalry has indeed taken over.
You sure you're okay, Felicia?
No, but it's nothing permanent. I'll tell Flash I fell downstairs or something. There does seem to be another problem, though. When I tried walking the roof edge, I lost my balance. And I can't form my hands into claws anymore. A light from that machine. I think it took my powers away. For real.
It was calibrated to my DNA structure. Must have affected you differently. If I hadn't destroyed it...
Don't feel bad, Spider. My life's gone through some changes and I'm confused. But maybe this is for the best. One thing's for sure. Flash can never find out I was the Black Cat. He might realize I came on to him to get at you.
Tell you what, You keep my secrets, and I'll keep yours.
Deal!
They part as equals, perhaps as friends. And the next day, at the Forest Hills residence of May Parker.
Better turn the tuna over, hun. It's burning.
Huh? Oh, sorry. I'm kind of distracted. I guess I'm feeling guilty. I mean, I'm back to facing bad guys again, and Aunt May's as much in the dark as ever. I was wondering, after all these years, should I tell her I'm Spider-Man?
I don't know, Peter.
My goodness, that smells wonderful.
Thanks, Aunt May. Listen, I have a question for you. Hypothetical, that is. If someone was in danger and I could help, but it might mean getting hurt, of even killed, should I do it?
If you didn't, young man, you'd never be welcome in this house again.
What?
Your sense of responsibility is what makes you special. It's what made me and your late Uncle Ben so proud of you. Losing you would be devastating. I don't know if I could survive it. But having you shirk responsibility would be like losing you another way. Maybe a more painful way. Just be what you are, Peter. That's all I've ever wanted.
May?
Oh, I hope you two don't mind if I invited another guest. Peter, Mary Jane, I'd like you to meet Mr. Lumpkin. Flowers. Willie, you're so sweet.
Face it, Tigress. You hit the jackpot.
Looks like everything's okay, huh?
I guess May is not the only one to hit the jackpot. Tiger.
Everything okay? A comforting theory. But at the emergency room of Blessing Hospital, reality is far more disturbing.
He's got a knife!
Blasted cokehead.
Dr. Vertum, you're hurt.
Just a scratch, nurse. I'll treat it myself. Get that man sedated.
And soon, in a private office...
Pseudo-skin torn, but the vibranium mesh beneath is undamaged. A little touch-up, and I'll be as good as new. As I must be, if I'm to show the world's death merchants what it means to deal with cardiac.